Hey peoples, so today what we will do is that we will basically have a look at few commands where we will be editing few files. Okay, so let's just do ls. So what I have over here is that let's just go into cd into desktop. Yeah, desktop ls. I should have a Python project, so let's just check the status of this ls, and then after that list directories. So since it is a directory, right, so Python projects, right? So if you see over here, so who has, that's a directory, and then so the first 3-bit is like it's for the user, and this one is for the group, and these 3-bit are for everyone else. Okay, so what can the user do? They can read, write, execute. The second group can, what can they do? They can read, write, execute. What can everyone do? Everyone can read and execute it. Okay, so what we will do is that, so I'll just show it to you in this thing as well. So I'll just open up a new tab here, and then small numeric codes. Okay, so if you go over here, alright, and this, where did it go? Numeric thingy, right? Small numeric permissions. So for this thing, what happens is that, so the first 3-bit is like so read is 4, write is 2, execute is 1. Okay, so what happens is that, so you can instead write it in 2 ways. Okay, 2 different ways to do it. So basically what I can do is, let's just do chmod user plus, oh, I can just do minus because user already has it, right? So I can just give the user not read permission. Okay, so I can just delete read permissions from the user. So for which file is it? For Python projects, right? So now if you have a look at the file itself, so if you see over here, the permission is gone. Okay, so the first bit is, so it's a 10-bit number, and then what happens is that the first bit is just for whatever the file is, or it's a directory or something else. Okay, so if it's a file, it will be just hyphen only. Okay, so since we have deleted the read privilege, so what happens is that the read is deleted out of it. Okay, so same thing, if you have to like add in the read permission back again, what you do is chmod. So I'll just type it in, it will just be better. Chmod chmod, so user plus, and then user should have a read permission as well, and then which is the file name, Python projects, right? So I'll just do ls, and then this directory, and then just show me the file, right? So what I'm doing with lsl is that, so basically you could do ls as well, but you'll just only see the Python thingy, right? So you can just do ls a, this will list out all the files, but what we want to do is we want to list it, right? So ls list, and then if you only do Python this way as well, it works, but you just only see the contents of it. Okay, so if you want to list that particular directory, you have to do ls list directory. Okay, so now you can actually see the thingy, right, the file permissions. So now we have added read permissions over here. So what we will do is that we will remove these permissions from the group. Okay, so the group also can't see it. So what we can do is, I'll just use something else. Okay, so chmod 0, and then let's just do 2. I'll just keep them executable permissions 0, and then Python projects. So now if I list the thingy, so what happens is that, so see everyone, okay, you know what I did? I made a mistake. I should have done 7 2 0. Okay, that should have worked. Now you can see, right? So they have read, write, executable permissions, but what has happened. So since there is a 2, so what is 2? 2 is only executable, right? So I mean write only, right? 2 is only executable, I mean write only, so they have only write permissions, and everyone else has no permissions at all, right? So you can find this numeric code right over here. So 2 is write, 1 is executable, and 4 is read. Okay, so suppose I have to like change this thing, right? So what this chmod numerical thing does is that you can change everything just with one single command. Okay, so I'll show it to you. It will be easier, right, that way. ls and then ls list directory python projects, and now you can see like they have everything has command, everything has like basically they have a read write executable thing as well, right? And the user has it. So what I will do is smart, and then after that, so for the group, now what I will do is for group I'll just give them the permission as well of read as well Python projects, or I could have also done again like smart, and then if I want to give them write permission, writing permission is already there, executable, so it's X and Python projects. Okay, so let's just list it out again what permissions we have given them. So we've given them all kind of permission, read write executable, right? So for everyone there is nothing, right? So since 3-bit is off over here, so they don't have any kind of permissions. Okay, so let's just change that as well for them. So how we can do that is csmod for others O plus what permissions we want to give them, read write executables, right? And then for which folder, Python projects, right, for this directory. So if we list out the permissions now, just list out, so you can see everyone has like all the permissions, right? So you have to do it like you have to use 2 commands, right? So what I could have done is that instead I could have, so have a look over here, 000 and then Python projects. So what this thing does is that, so it just removes every permission from everyone else. Okay, so now if I have to do, now if I want to customize my thingy, okay, so for the user I'll give them all kind of permission, and then for the other thing, for what is that other guy, the group, what we will do is that we'll just give them the read and write permission, not execute, and then for everyone we won't give them any permissions. Okay, so how do we do that? So within a single command, what we can do is csmod, and then after that, so for the first thing what we want to give them, we want to give them all kind of thingy as well, right? So all kind of permissions. So what we will do is that, so since rwx is there, so that means we have to add 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. Okay, so the first command will be, or the first numerical value that we will be giving is 7. Next thing what we want to give, so as we said, for a group we will be only giving them read and write permission, right? So read and write is like basically 4 and 2, right? And then 0, so we'll just add them up together, so it will be 6. So 6. For everyone else, what we want to give them, we don't want to give them any permission, so it should be 0. Okay, so what is the directory name? Python projects. So now if I list it out, so if you see over here, so see over there, like the owner has read write executable permission, and then the group has read write only permission, not executable, and then the other users, they don't have any kind of permissions. Okay, so see how is it easier, like in terms of when you're using numericals. So it's very simple. Okay, so if you find this calculations hard, you can do this way as well. So you can just do it that way, right? So you'll just be using 2 different commands. So I'll just show to you how it is different as well. 000, let's just do it one more time. Python projects. So if I just list it out again, so see, nothing, right? So if you want to give all kind of commands, so you have to type in 3 commands: csmod, user plus read write executables, and Python projects, right? And then again chmod, and then in the next thing that you want to change is for the group. So for a group you want to give them all kind of permission, let's say, so second command, right? And then again for the last one is for others, so let's say you want to give them like nothing else, right? So if I now list lsl t and Python projects, oops, I made a mistake. Now if you see over here, see, like the user has read write executable, and then the other group has like read write executable. Everyone else, others don't have any kind of permissions, right? So you have to use 3 different commands. So if you were to do it for using a single command, what you could have done is that you could have just done 770 and then the directory name. Okay, so it's just as simple as that. See, that's how you could have done it. So I hope you did enjoy the video. So you did learn something new in terms of permissions and all. So it's pretty simple, right? So using the numerical thing, like, it definitely will help you in your career, right? So you might want to like customize your file permissions. So you could have done that in Windows using the GUI, which is very simple, right? So you must have done that. But using CLI as well, I have made a video about that. You can watch it as well. You can do it using a command line interface as well. So similarly in this Linux as well, it's very simple and very more efficient. Like, it does not take much time, right? So yeah, that's it for this particular session. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.